I love YouTube. I really do. Because where else can you get into situations like this? Here we have Oomphaville, aka Discount XQC with 3 brain cells, now trying to grandstand that he is better than original XQC with 2 brain cells. This is great.
Well, still a YouTuber, guys. And yep, we're talking about XQC. Over the weekend, I tried quitting YouTube and becoming a DoorDash driver until I accidentally delivered a jar of urine instead of a milkshake from Chick-fil-A. So, you know this goblin, right?
Imagine laughing at that joke and thinking that you are superior than XQC's fans, by the way. Just imagine that. Let that sink in, that there are unironically people who are gonna laugh at that because that was hilarious, obviously. And then they're gonna look down at the people who like XQC because they're the stupid ones. The world's truly a crazy place.
He's so funny. He's the best streamer ever in the history of all streamers. And he's on Kick, and he's a goblin, a human goblin. He's been in a lot of drama in the last many years. He's in a lot of drama. He's not a terrible guy, but he's also insufferable.
I would absolutely call XQC a 100% without question terrible guy. Because I have a spine.
Completely insufferable. Types in all caps.
Yeah, and the rabbit hole juicer 7.3659 Foxtrot.
Crazy fellow. He's a troll. That's what he does. He's really good at it.
Oh my god!
What?
He's not a troll. He's just an idiot.
Bro,
I guess I need to do this.
Flashback. What if you were to travel fast in the speed of light? Okay? Boom! Boom!
Just in case you weren't aware. All right, obviously everyone knows that.
What's that thing? Is that a dog?
Ooh. If we pan the camera out beyond just XQC, React content in general has garnered quite a bit of scrutiny in the past few months. If you've been aware of that as well. You got Sniper Wolf and all of her wisdom.
Gotta use every.
No one cares about Sniper Wolf. We have talked about this. What? 1 million people from on YouTube care about Sniper Wolf? Oh no. Yeah. Too bad. Roughly 2 to 3 billion people watch YouTube daily. Yeah. I'm sure that 1 million matters.
Last brain cell for this one.
You got XQC leaving 10.
By the way, I saw this about Sniper Wolf on not about Sniper Wolf, but about everyone's favorite loser Jax films. Now he's trying to milk and pretend that he's absolutely terrified and scared about the safety of him and his stupid family. Maybe shouldn't have posted your actual address as your LLC, my dude. Maybe that would have helped. Also, again, what danger? Who has come to his house? Absolutely no one, because Sniper Wolf's audience is 10-year-olds, okay? And women. No one's coming to your house. But he seemingly is saying that. Maybe the Xterto's lying. I don't know. The Xterto's probably gonna make shit up just for clicks, but you know, who cares? I would expect something like that from Jax films because it's hilarious, but anyway, let's go on.
Minutes of just dead footage as he walks away from his desk reacting to some kind of video someone spent hours making.
That's what he's known for.
Literally letting other creators babysit his audience while he's gone. He doesn't care. He got a $100 million contract from Kick. Dude does not give a fuck. You even got Asmongold. Potentially the best edition of all the reactors out there, especially in terms of streamers. And probably the most invested person.
That's hilarious. Asmongold, by the way, did the exact same shit as XQC. Only 2 years ago, was it? Like 1.5 years ago? He only changed now because of the constant backlash. And now everyone's trying to pretend that Asmongold has been some kind of magical gold standard. No. If you look at his old React videos, they're no better than they're probably worse than XQC in some cases. You can find Asmongold React videos from 2 years ago where it's a 40-minute video and he re-uploads it, and from that original 40-minute video, there's 41 minutes now, where Asmongold says that's crazy at the end, or wow, good video. Why is everyone trying to pretend that he's some kind of gold standard? He changed only because he did not want to deal with the constant backlash.
Person in the Johnny Depp v. Amber Heard situation, to be honest. The ultimate result through all the scrutiny of reaction channels is there's been some accountability taken. Even Sniper Wolf is linking channels now in her description, and people have kind of just taken a bit of a better step in the...
By the way, I love this magical accountability. You don't need to give credits to anyone in this type of stuff, okay? There is no law that tells you, oh, if you react to someone, you need to post their video link or information. Now, I do it. A lot of people do it. But the reality is, it's not mandatory. There's no rule ever written that you need to do that.
The right direction. Mudahar, my friend, and XQC had a bit of a beef after XQC reacted to this video about JFK's assassination.
His job was to prepare the books for shipping. He did so by filling out forms and transporting cartons of books between the upper floors and the first.
By the way, I don't even think there was a gun used. I don't think he ever even got shot. I think that's just what his head did. Weird. And X just completely left for a solid chunk of the video. It was so weird.
What's weird about that?
It's been 3 months since his last controversy, or at least his last big controversy, and now he's back to it, guys. Back to getting canceled, back to being a piece of shit, and simply not giving a which I'm gonna be honest, it's hard not to just have a little respect for that, because I could never do that. I could never just simply not care about being an absolute piece of shit, but some people that do, it's like, all right, that's pretty cool.
I mean, you're not far from it.
It's an interesting way to think. And me, a 19-year-old white boy from Virginia, I'm now making a video about it. And quite frankly, at this point, even though I'm a 19-year-old white boy from Virginia, it feels like I'm a parent getting called to pick up my troubled child from fucking school. Walking into the principal's office like, what did he do this time? And my kid's a 6'6"
That's not how school works nowadays.
gangly goblin from under a fucking bed. But today, my gangly little son got in trouble for reacting to Israeli airstrike footage live on his stream. By the way, everyone's seen this kind of footage, but it's a bad look when a reaction streamer is just profiting off of actual serious things that are going on in the world.
Not really. No, not at all.
Humans have an endless appetite for distractions, and XQC is I don't even know, dude. He's an administrator of distractions, this guy. And he knows nothing. He's an idiot. His reactions are just, that's crazy. Jesus, what the fuck? And then he does a Wojak face. Like, that's what he is capable of adding to a situation. And when you take that and then you just use it to just urinate all over serious situations like what's going on in the Middle East, it's not exactly
What do you mean urinate?
great. It's kind of bad. Hey guys, let's get a hike train.
Is he gonna show the video?
Hike train.
Almost.
Hike train, guys. Another airstrike. Hike train, guys. And once again, his intelligent commentary is really what kind of makes this. It just makes it weird.
Okay. Oh, he does show it. So, I know this clip. And I'm gonna just straight up and say there's nothing wrong with it. XQC, for all his faults, for all his stupidity, for all his lack of everything, has done absolutely nothing wrong with this clip. There's explosions, and he literally just says, wow, that's crazy. He doesn't do anything else. And people actually went after him for that. I have absolutely no clue why. What was he supposed to say? What was he supposed to do? Start crying and curl into a ball into the corner and say, stop it, stop it. Was that what was he supposed to do? He didn't say anything. He didn't even imply that one side is right and the other side is wrong or anything like that. He just said pretty much, yeah, wow, that's crazy. Holy shit, that's it. That's what he said. And for some reason he's getting roasted for that? Really? And now this idiot Umphil is like trying to grandstand on the fact that he did nothing wrong? Well, like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh my god, look at that.
Jesus!
Yeah. Dude, that's probably... If you're gonna complain about XQC, that anything right there is deserving of cancellation also. because that makes fun of the fact of what happened. Okay, if XQC's in the wrong, this guy just right now deserves 100% cancellation, but he doesn't. Why? Well, because he's not that hated on the internet. But admittedly, if Onfil was like one of the biggest creators on the internet, he would also be hated for everything he does. Because, again, I think it's hilarious when someone like Onfa, who in my eyes is literally like just one step above XQC and they're already bowed down in the dumpsters. It's like, are you really gonna try and grandstand about something when you're both morons?
Come on, man. Don't be a piece of shit. I'm not really one to
For
say
what?
profiting off of one specific thing is bad, but at the same time, like, this is like a true pinnacle of, if I ever saw myself become this, I think it's time. I think it's finally time. Jax Films could have a bingo card for this man and his reactions, genuinely. They're just as bad as Sniper Wolf.
Whoa! I'm kind of with a mom on this one.
No, Jax Films will never do that because Sniper Wolf brought in views. That's why he did that. Hey, Jax Films was... if you think Jax Films is a good guy, then think again. Because he only did videos about Sniper Wolf because those videos got views. Every other creator he tried to make videos on that who was... By the way, Sniper Wolf is better at the react stuff than XQC. There's no way you can tell me no. Just from the sheer fact that XQC goes away from the video for 20 minutes and then comes back and uploads it anyway. Okay? Sniper Wolf has editing. She's actually arguably better than my reacts. She's actually probably more ethical than me. But the difference is people hate her. So do I. But, you know, still, I'm still gonna point it out, even though I hate her also. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not, if not worse. He's just a guy. And he's the same exact attitude as her, though. Like, it's the same, they're the same person, really. One's just a guy and is way less beautiful. Legitimately 50 times less beautiful than the other. So, you guys probably understand why the choice of using footage of an airstrike on the Gaza Strip as fodder for reaction content by a really famous and...
No, not really. What are we supposed to not talk about? Are we supposed to ignore it? Are we supposed to... I don't understand. No, I need explanations why this is bad.
An extremely rich stream.
Even if XQC is a blatant idiot, how is it bad that he watched that thing happen on his stream?
It's fairly insensitive and it's fairly dumb and it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Insensitive? Dumb?
And that's true.
Doesn't make sense? I disagree with all of this. This is just random word soup at this point because he doesn't have a real argument.
He immediately started to receive pushback. Then it was cut from the streams and then re-uploaded.
Yeah, of course you're gonna immediately receive pushback. There's two pretty aggressive sides, and both sides probably are thinking that's making them look bad, or the other side. So there's instantaneously a comment war.
To his clip channel, which is just absolutely awesome. There was a lot of tweets and stuff calling him out, and obviously XQC had to make a response because Twitter mad. Twitter is illogical. Twitter is full of a bunch of blue hairs.
Well, Twitter is full of a bunch of retards. That is 100% true. I mean, as any social media, you know, it's just take your pick of, you know, social media is just like a giant bowl of Skittles. But there's a little bit more than just the rainbow there, okay? That's what it is. You just go to social media and it's gonna be one flavor of something. Twitter's just one flavor of something. All social media is just probably one flavor of something. And that's it.
Northern blue hairs, guys. I hate northern blue hairs. Especially when they're from Twitter. You can tell he feels this way because he made a video saying I made Twitter mad, which is hilarious because that's... He didn't just make Twitter mad. You're a piece of shit. No, like, it's not just illogical things make Twitter mad. This is pretty insensitive, brother. And I'm not really one for being sensitive.
So I think in degrees of...
Why? Why is it insensitive? Because you watched the video? You people are crazy. If you think that's insensitive, I'm sorry, but can you just, like, you know, find the delete button on your Minecraft character as fast as possible? I think you're poisoning the air.
Harm. I'm on the very lower scale of it. Because everybody's milking the fucking and I just watched it.
Couple of big fat W.
That's a stupid thing to say, but he's technically right. Most people don't care, technically, I guess. I mean, yeah.
Tweets calling the Goblin out. Noodle Vivo, like I said, 5.3 million impressions and 150.
When I think about what scumfuck degenerate content Parasite looks like, I don't think I could possibly create parody more on the nose than this. Okay? Okay? That didn't tell me anything. That just... You just don't like it. Okay?
55,000 likes. Pretty cool.
Oh, of course, because it has a lot of likes and this is not a ratio. Yeah, people just hate XQC. You can at any point post, if you're someone in the following, you can at any moment post that Snipervol's bad, XQC is bad, Keemstar is bad, or, I don't know, pretty much any of those things, you know, as long as it's a big creator that's hated by a lot of people, because they don't appeal to everyone, you're gonna get likes. Crazy how that works, huh?
I'm out of bed, okay? I'm out of sleeping on the couch, okay? I wake up to this shit, okay? I look at this guy, okay? And this guy, Noddle.
TTS.
Noddle.
Guys, I'm not gonna. Guys, I don't like roasting people based on their name because I don't know it. Because there's so many creators these days, I don't really know their names.
And then you have XQC, who is incapable of seeing fault in his own actions, responds in a way that you would definitely be able to predict. Check the.
I mean, I don't. No one has explained what fault there is. People are just saying, "Oh, you shouldn't." The consensus is here is, "Oh, you shouldn't watch that. Shouldn't do it." Why?
Shit out. But wait, before we go into it, how do you think he responded? A, with a genuine, sincere apology, and him outlining his ignorance about the world and the way that things work outside of his own little bubble that he lives in, because he's a very rich streamer. B, I'm sorry, lol. C, holding money up to either one of his ears. Right,
probably
that's right,
C.
Guys. C. He chose C. He did this. I mean, what? Can you be any more unlikable? He's untouchable at this point. The guy actually...
What do you mean unlikable? You know what's the crazy part? Sniperville is more liked than hated. XQC is more liked than hated. Because who hates XQC? Well, typically just idiots like Oomphaville. You know? The ones that are like failed XQCs, or they take or they take dislike an XQC because, wait a minute, XQC just like me, but I'm not that rich. Yeah, and then they grandstand. Wait a minute, no, I'm like XQC, but I'm the moral version. I'm the good XQC. Why am I not getting? Oh, that's because I'm good. Yeah, I chose the hard route, or some stupid crap like that.
Is just he's profiting off of just negativity and just being negative and just being hated. Like, that's what he's become.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I really don't understand the stupid people who think that the world should always be positive about everything. Oh, why do you talk bad about this game? Just don't play it. You understand that creates problems in the world, okay? You understand that creates problems. Mr. Beast drilled 100 water wells in some African country. Well, chances are Mr. Beast also created a warlord in 5 years. What? It's true. It's probably happening. Check those water wells in 5 years. There's probably going to be a warlord or two created by that. Oh, what's that? He drilled. No warlords are created. Well, okay, so you gave more food to a place that reproduces a lot. Now, because of the water well, they are capable of reproducing, and now you have just created more poverty, pain, and death, because people are just gonna reproduce to an unsustainable level again. You're not solving issues by drilling water wells, okay? And people are gonna be like, no, that's a good thing. No, it's not a good thing. Charity's not always a good thing. It's like, people just want to believe something so hard because it seems good or better and makes them feel a little bit good. They are willing to forget and not even think about anything bad.
He's becoming male sniper wolf. It's crazy. We can do some math really quick, though. In general, on Twitter, the audience is kind of 50-50 split nowadays with, people being on whatever side of the aisle they decide to be on for some reason or another. The original tweet, Noodle's tweet, calling him out, had 5.3 million views and 155,000 likes, which is 3% engagement. Pretty solid for a viral tweet. That's seen as favorable. XQC's response had 13.9 million views and 20,000 likes, which is 0.1% engagement. That's like what I get. That's like my level of engagement. Very embarrassing. Very, 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 very embarrassing. A bunch of people took their chance.
I mean, expect it, obviously.
To ratio him as one does when you're being ignorant on Twitter. My buddy Quite said, your soul remains empty. And then XQC said, your bank account relates. Bruh.
Your soul remains empty for fucking... Your soul remains empty? For what? For what? That guy probably owns an iPhone that was created by slave labor. He probably has a battery card that was mined by, African children. And he doesn't care. And XQC's soul is magically more empty than his? I hate people. I really do hate these people.
That is awesome. Money is the most important thing in the world, and that is just unequivocal.
You seriously didn't just say that.
True. Demonstrably true. It is literally the lifeblood of every single human's enjoyment, pleasure, action, reason for motivation, inspiration. It is the be-all, end-all of everything.
Yes.
That is also to the beginning of time, too. Not even just now, but like since we were born.
Yes.
2 million years ago, as what we are as modern humans.
That's actually correct.
We loved money and shiny stuff. And if you didn't love shiny stuff, ones that did would gather together and use rocks and smash your head. They just kept smashing.
That's actually extremely accurate. I'm not sure is he trying to say that's actually almost a history lesson right there. Yes, that's how it happens. Money matters. By the way, I love every single time like a millionaire, because this guy is a multi-millionaire. I love every single time a multi-millionaire or just a millionaire is trying to tell you, money doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. It's what inside that matters. Yeah. Said the guy who's a multi-millionaire who's not even giving up all... Dude, give me your cash. If money doesn't matter, give it to me. Oh, wait, you're not? But I thought money doesn't matter. Money matters a lot. Money matters a hell of a lot, in fact.
Smashing for a while, for a couple 100,000 years. Quite then ratios him again, says keep gambling, and then he says anything else.
Why? Why not? He can afford it? Dude! Person can afford to gamble, person chooses to do with his money what he wants. Some retard named Quite says, keep gambling. What? Do you want to dictate? What? Do you want to be like his overseer? Do you want to be his slave owner or something? That you feel that you have the ability to dictate how someone spends their money? No, you can't. Like keep gambling? Yeah, he's probably gonna keep gambling. Why? Because he has the money. There's no problem with him gambling. Anyone can do whatever they want with their money. And you cannot object to that. Okay? If XQC wants to gamble, gamble. Okay? Some idiot named Quite trying to say, keep gambling. It's just a self-report on how stupid you are. Oh, what is he supposed to do with that money? If he wants to do it, no one can tell him he can't do it. It's his money.
Else, and then he's
also, so what if he gambles? Again, is Kwai donating all of his income to some kind of charity that does random things? Probably no. Probably no. So why is him gambling so bad? It's not like you're doing anything better with your money.
He says, glad to see the divorce lawyers are well paid. That is just so slick. This guy is a...
What's actually happening with the divorce lawyers, I'm wondering. I hope XQC gets destroyed. But then again, that other woman is complete trash also, so... Man, that's a hard one. Can we just kill both of them?
I mean, goober. He's got money. That's it. That's literally it. He's got everything that doesn't matter. Like, in the grand scheme of things, obviously, money is incredibly important. I'm not ignorant. I'm not an idiot. I understand money is incredibly important. By the way, go buy Sour Boys. We're releasing another new flavor in about a week. 2 weeks, maybe. All of this nonsense on Twitter caused XQC's historic rival to awake, Mudahar, aka Sog. Some ordinary gamer, he roused from his deep hibernation to offer a very valid criticism of XQC and his distasteful deeds, but also others who are also...
I can't wait until Mudahar, the guy who promoted a scam to his audience, and then apologized by saying, but I like money, so I didn't care. Which literally that boils down to, pretty much, his apology. Is gonna grandstand on XQC also. Oh boy, this is gonna be great.
Also, hype training the conflict in the Middle East. Not to sound like a defense, because having this reaction is insane. A decade ago, this would be...
What's insane about the reaction? I want someone to explain to me what's wrong about it.
Vilified in the creator space, but now it seems silly.
No, they would not be vilified in the creator space. Jesus fucking Christ. Assholes in the creator space have existed from the beginning of time. Guess what? No one cares.
To single XQC out of talking about this situation when so many others are using this situation for content. That said, flexing like that is just so trashy. What happened to this guy, honestly?
I mean, also, Mudahar is the guy who specifically intentionally removes his Rolex watch before making videos. I'm not kidding, by the way. He actually has some kind of super ridiculously expensive watch that is pretty close to what XQC... Well, not close. XQC probably spent millions on that. I don't know. I'm not a watch guy. But Mudahar has literally a watch that costs multiple tens of thousands. And he specifically intentionally removes it before recording a video because he doesn't want to come off as rich. That's great.
Yeah, dude, he fell off, man. He was a fucking Overwatch guy. He was funny. He had some funny moments, the Cheeto moment and stuff. And then now he's just he's a goblin. This is gonna
Has he fallen off? I think he has still a lot of viewership.
Cringe, but he is Huxwellian. I don't even know. Prophetic, some kind of thing.
Huxvellian? Is that intentional? Or does he mean Orwellian?
Unfortunately, this guy's the king of that. And by the way, this response is not even harsh from Muda. This just is perfectly reasonable. I don't understand why anyone who is a fucking entertainment creator, a purveyor of idiocy on the internet, someone on Twitter, if you're not a political pundit, if you're not a geopolitical expert, aside from just stating that it is...
So if I just randomly call myself a political pundit, do I have magical rights to talk about this? Like, dude, this is the stupidest appeal to authority that ever exists, because you're not even appealing to real authority. You're just like, yes, only YouTubers who talk about politics once in a year can talk about this. XQC has actually been in debates. Yo, XQC is XQC ironically has more standing to talk about this situation than him or Mudahar probably, because XQC actually has been in debates, political debates. I think he hasn't done it for like a year or two, or probably even more at this point. I haven't seen anything like that, but he probably has unironically more validation to talk about these subjects than they, because he is in debates, and that is by Oompha's own admission. Only political YouTubers and geopoliticians. Bruh, geopoliticians are actually not also the... Geopolitics doesn't necessarily mean what he thinks it means, essentially, okay?
It's bad. It's bad. Why? The fact that people are making this into content truly is sick, and it makes me ill. And XQC is a fucking goober. And then
you made it into content. I mean, if this is so bad, why are you popularizing it by talking about it? You see what I mean? It's like, if this is so bad and no one should speak about it, why are you speaking about it and bringing it to light? Why?
And on top of that, the flexing is just like, come on, dude. You're an idiot. You are very dumb. It's egregious.
So are you.
Then there's an unfortunate self-report from Asmongold. Yeah, it's not just him. To be honest, I did it too. I actually went and watched the video in the thumbnail, and nothing about it was problematic. He didn't downplay or make light of it or joke or anything. Feels like this is a hate mob based on an implication rather than fact.
Hate mob based on implication rather than fact, but by the way, it doesn't mean in human language anything. Classic Asmongold right there. But he's technically right. Again, no one can point out what XQC did was wrong. He just watched it, and people are just pretty much saying, oh, you shouldn't watch it in general. Why? 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 I mean, if he can't watch it, why can Oomph show it?
Joke or anything. Feels like this is a hate mob based on an implication rather than fact. I mean, I like Asmongold a lot, and I think he's pretty rational and reasonable, and I can definitely see this idea. But personally, when I see people like XQC or anyone who is just,
What's rational? That sentence made no sense. What does it mean? Feels like this is a hate mob based on implication? You know what the word implication means? Go Google it rather than fact.
It feels like this is a hate mob idea, but personally, when I see people like XQC or anyone who is just a troll or just like a provocateur and is a fool, like a literal fool from the ancient times, I don't want to see them pretend like they have any.
Fools were actually pretty. Fools were actually pretty smart in the ancient times. Fools had a lot of influence over what happens in a country, because a good fool could actually manipulate and make the king make specific decisions. In a lot of cases, a fool could impact the kingdom more than anyone under the king, honestly. Fools were actually quite smart in a lot of cases. And in some cases, they were sadly also used as the people who would send messages to the opposing faction that they are trying to conquer or be conquered upon, and then the fool's head would sometimes be catapulted back over the walls as a message that the message was a no, not received, not liked. Fools were pretty smart on average, actually.
Any sort of functioning
bad fools were executed, mainly.
Brain or anything to offer, or be able to capitalize on anything that's real and not just gaming or reacting to random shit on the internet. That's the standard that I hold myself at, and I'm sure
You're also technically reacting to random shit on the internet. I haven't seen a single video of you not talking about a situation, because it is reacting, and yes, this is way different than any other reacting, but let's be real. Considering that he doesn't say anything, he just because this is not a news channel, right? He would never call himself a news channel. Honestly, I'm sitting here watching his video, not adding any edits or anything. There's just a webcam here. Huzzah, I know, thank you. Is it actually that much different than this guy who's pretty much just summarizing a situation that happened, and that's it? No, he might as well watch a video and, there is a difference. There is obviously a difference. But if this is the scummiest type of react, then he is the second scummiest type of react.
I will falter, and I'm sure Asmongold would consider himself to have faltered many times. And I wonder if his response to this would be different if he saw this happen to XQC before he did it himself. It's hard to tell. I think it's pretty across the board easy to agree that it's bad.
My guess? Probably actually not. He would be consistent there. Asmongold would probably be consistent with that because he would not see a problem to begin with. So, yeah.
bad though, and stupid and irresponsible. And by the way, XQC did see this tweet while he was live streaming, and he found a way to acknowledge it and say that he doesn't do anything in a perfect way. He's just deflecting. He just loves deflecting. He's a master of deflecting. He's a 300 IQ genius. Everyone's criticism.
Well, when you're attacking him for stuff like this, I mean, like, I can't even blame technically XQC for reacting the way he does to these things, because, like, what are you even supposed to defend yourself against?
Is invalid at all times.
Not to sound like a defense, because having this reaction is insane, huh? A decade ago, this would be vilified in the creator space, but now it seems to silly to single XCL for talking about a situation when so many others are using this situation for content. People are always mad at a bunch of these things, that I do, right? And try to make.
You know what we had a decade ago, by the way? We had playground enthusiast things on YouTube. We had a lot of things. YouTube wasn't that all sunshine and rainbows 10 years ago or 20 years ago. It was actually a pretty gruesome place. You just knew less about it because the search engine wasn't advanced enough.
Make it like, oh, it's him. Okay, for once, I give them exactly what they wanted.
By the way, I spend a lot of time with the internet, and I have a fairly large platform audience, and I see what's been going on. I have family that lives in Lebanon, so it's like a, it's a thing that I don't really want to discuss publicly, and I don't think anyone...
Lebanon's a different situation than this, but okay.
...needs to hear my thoughts on anything that's serious and real to this level, right? Something, it's just a whole nother planet of thing that's just everywhere all the time.
Great
it makes me
explanation, my
sick.
dude.
And when I see people that are glorified just Muppets, I just, I want to make a video about that because it's just fun. We can, throw a couple haymakers and get some energy out, etc. I don't like seeing it. I don't like seeing him do that. I don't like seeing.
Okay, I'm done. By the way, I'm done. I'm tired of this. This is stupid. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was Quizzer Sensei. Have a nice day. Bye bye.